Welcome. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Talk the Wellness Tea with Dr. Chalice. I am Dr. Chalice Rhodes. I'm a licensed professional counselor, national certified counselor, and board certified mental health counselor. I also was an assistant clinical professor and adjunct professor in higher education for 12 years. I am currently in private practice full time, and you can learn more about me and my professional career on my website, www.DrChalice.com. So I see we have one person joining us so far. All right. And so listen, this YouTube channel, DrChalice.com, is all about health and wellness, right? I take a holistic perspective. And this is our second session, our second talk for the Talk the Wellness Tea Talk. So, in our first session, we talked about self care, specifically self compassion. Okay. And now we're going to talk about the second part of that. So, in that first session, I asked you all to take the self compassion quiz that was listed in the chat box. Okay. So, Dr. Kristen Neff has done lots of research on self compassion and she developed a self compassion quiz. And so, I had you all take that self compassion quiz in the very first talk. And if you want to learn more about that, you can always go onto my channel and take a look at the first part of this talk, right? Because it's crucial. It is crucial to how we are going to delve even deeper into this topic of self compassion. So now you have your score. You've taken a quiz. Quiz is about 25, 26 questions. Should take you less than 10 minutes. And remember, I said you have to open your perspective, right? Because we want to be self aware so that when we read the question, we can honestly and accurately answer that question to reveal our score. So now you have your score. And remember, I told you all, I took the quiz too and I printed out my results. Now, listen, I do not tell people to do anything that I would not do. I don't ask people to do anything that I wouldn't do. So I know what my score is. So, what's your score? Are you right where you need to be on that self compassion scale? Did you maybe score low in some areas where you feel like you may need to improve? Well, that's what this quiz is for. It kind of gives you a gauge of where you're at, what you can work toward. So now that you know what your score is, let's take a deeper dive into self compassion, right? So listen, we make choices. We don't always make good choices. We are human. No one is perfect. We need to be more kind to ourselves. We talked about that in the first part of our discussion. So we need to be more kind to ourselves. So the next step in that is knowing that you may have made some choices that you're not so proud of. Now, how can you make yourself vulnerable? How can you hold yourself accountable? By acknowledging the choice that you made, acknowledging that you're only human, no one is perfect, and just taking accountability for the choice you made. That's the next step. So we have to be aware first. Next, we have to take accountability, knowing that we're human, we're not perfect, we make mistakes. Okay. So think about that. What do you need to hold yourself accountable for? Make yourself vulnerable. Become more aware of what those things are. Maybe jot it down, take notes in your phone. All right. So now you have that in mind. And I'm trying to give you time just as you're thinking, because I know it takes time to kind of think through things and process through things. And maybe you've already been thinking through what this is. So you know exactly what it is that you need to hold yourself accountable for. Now, you have this in mind, what you're going to hold yourself accountable for. Congrats to you. I'm so glad that you're able to take accountability for that. I'm glad that you're aware of it. And now that you're aware of it, and now you're holding yourself accountable for that choice, now I need you to think about the things that you need to forgive yourself for. What are the things related to that choice that you need to forgive yourself for? And feel free to comment in the chat box. If you want to share, you can. Any comments, any questions you have, feel free to use that chat box. I know this is a tough one, right? Maybe it's not so tough for some, but it's tough for others because nobody's ever asked you this before. What do you need to forgive yourself for? And you may not have all of the answers right now. That's okay. I want you to make a list of what those things are. Jot it down in your phone, however it is you take note of. But it's important in being self compassionate for yourself that you're aware of what it is that you need to take accountability for. And once you're able to know what it is that you're holding yourself accountable for, now you need to forgive yourself. So, in our first talk, we talked about, oh, how so easy it is to extend grace and mercy and kindness to our friends and families when they come to us with problems. But then why are we so hard on ourselves? Some of us may find it easy or not so easy to forgive others. So we may be working um, in that area if we are not so easily able to forgive others. And I can almost guarantee you, 9 times out of 10, if you're the type of person who is not so easily able to forgive others, then you likely also struggle with forgiving yourself. Yeah, you struggle with forgiving yourself. You're so hard on yourself. You're human. No one's perfect. We all have problems. We all make poor choices. And the great news is that we can recover from those choices by first being aware, by second, holding ourselves accountable. And next, we want to forgive ourselves. We need to forgive ourselves. So I want you guys to work on that list. Think about the things that you need to forgive yourself for. Be kind to yourself. Be gracious and merciful toward yourself. See yourself as human. See yourself as imperfect and flawed. But I also want you to see yourself as more than a conqueror, as a resilient person. We all face challenges, but listen, we are all so much more resilient than what we could ever think we are. So I want you to think about how resilient you are. Think about a past struggle, problem, challenge that you had. Think about how hard it was. Now, think about how you recovered. What did you do to recover from that situation? The same thing you did then, I want you to apply that same principle now to a current challenge or problem that you're having. Be resilient, forgive yourself, know that you are human, and know that there are better days ahead. You can move forward. You don't need to stay stuck in this place. You want to embrace your resilience. So I thank you guys so much for watching Self Compassion Part 1, Self Compassion Part 2. I want to let all of the women know that I have an upcoming group. It's called Hope. So healing opportunities, providing education, edification. I keep saying education because I keep thinking about my time as a professor in higher education. It's edification, not education. So healing opportunities, providing edification for my women. Listen, I'm having an upcoming women's support group. The deadline to register is April 9th. We're going to get our group going on April 16th. The group will be on Friday nights. I'm thinking from 6 to 7:15. That'll be a great time. It'll be a great time for us to unwind from our week. Listen, women, we are going to be talking about all of the topics that we talk about with our girlfriends, but we're going to be talking about it in a professional setting, with the licensed professional counselor, myself, Dr. Chalice. We're going to delve deep into topics of self-care, self-love, relationships, and more. You can head to my website, DrChalice.com. Click on a contact button to let me know that you're interested in joining. You can also email me at dr.chalice, that's CHA, DrChalice@gmail.com to also enroll. Listen, I only have 10 slots. Slots are going quick, so contact me today. I look forward to working with you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next Talk the Wellness Tea with Dr. Chalice. Have a great day.